Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about Section 144 and curfew. All of us have been hearing these two words very frequently since last 2 years. Because of the pandemic, the governments are imposing Section 144 at first when there's a rise in case in the wake of COVID-19. And once the case rises more, there are more number of cases, then a curfew is imposed. Though both of them seems to be similar but are not at all same. So in today's video, we will be understanding the difference between the two and what is section 144 and curfew individually. So let's start with CRPC because section 144 of CRPC we have to understand. So first we should know what is CRPC. So CRPC stands for the Code of Criminal Procedure and it is the main legislation that covers the procedures for the administration of substantive criminal laws in India. So this is CRPC which provides us the methods, the procedures that needs to be followed once a crime is committed, how a prisoner is produced before the court, what are the proceedings that needs to be done within the court, within how much time one needs to be produced before the court. So all the procedures are provided in the Code of Criminal Procedure as the name suggests. So now coming on to section 144 of CRPC, when it is imposed. So section 144 is imposed in situations where a dangerous event is likely to happen. And although the scope is wide, it is mainly used to prohibit the assembly of people. So people are restricted from gathering. And even after the imposition of section 144, if people are assembling, then this assembly can be considered as an unlawful assembly, which is provided under section 141 of IPC. So when it is imposed when some dangerous event is likely to happen, and therefore with the imposition of section 144, assembly of people is restricted. Section 144 also empowers the magistrate, the subdivisional magistrate, district magistrate, or any executive magistrate on behalf of the state government to issue an order towards the general public or an individual in a particular place. So in all and in short, the purpose of section 144 is to curb the assembly of people because according to the state government, some dangerous situation is likely to happen. And if still people are assembling, then such assembly of people can be considered as unlawful assembly. But which assembly is categorized as unlawful assembly, or when we can say that such assembly of people is unlawful? It is provided to us under section 141 of Indian Penal Code. And this section provides us with the categories, with the situation when the assembly can be categorized as unlawful assembly. So it provides that in case there is any kind of criminal force which has been imposed or which has been shown to the central government, state government, parliament, or legislature of any state, then such assembly can be categorized as unlawful. Or if they commit any mischief or they are resisting the execution of any legal order or legal process, or they are showing any criminal force, or asking someone to do something which is against the law, then such assembly of people is considered as unlawful assembly. And according to unlawful assembly, for an assembly to be called as unlawful, it is important that there should be more than 5%. 5 should be there. Then only that group of people can be categorized as unlawful assembly. Now, for how much time section 144 can be imposed? It's not correct that it should be imposed for indefinite time. No, law has provided us with the duration of time for which section 144 can be imposed. It is 2 months. For 2 months, section 144 can be imposed, but If the state government thinks that situation is not normal and it needs to be extended, then it can be extended for 2 more months, but not more than 6 months. So the maximum period for which Section 144 can be imposed is 6 months. And once the situation is normal, Section 144 should be withdrawn. Now, before coming on to the curfew part, I will give you one most very important historical fact about Section 144, how it came into existence and who was the architect of this section. Officer Raj Ratna Debu, IPS, is regarded as the architect of Section 144, and this, with the coming of this Section 144, with the imposition of Section 144, it resulted in the reduction of crimes in the state of Baroda in 1861, and for his efforts, he was rewarded by Maharaja Gaikwad of Baroda. So this was one historical fact of Section 144, how it came into existence and who was the architect of Section 144. Now, let's come on to the curfew part. At times, a curfew is thought to be the same as that of Section 144 because in a layman's language, there is no difference. But though the two are in sync with each other, there are certain fundamental differences between the two. A curfew takes place in addition to the imposition of Section 144. So a curfew cannot be imposed directly. First, Section 144 is already in existence, it's already imposed, and in addition to that, curfew is imposed where all the important services are shut down except for grocery stores, vegetables, hospitals, banks, and ATMs. So in case of curfew, all these important things are closed. Now, with the further difference between the two is that curfew takes place when the power is with the collector and the police commissioner. And in addition to Section 144, all the important services are shut down except grocery stores, vegetables, hospitals, ATMs, mid-space, all of this. So if you would have realized, Section 144 restricts people from public gatherings, but not gathering in general. But when we talk about curfew, it forces people to stay indoor for a certain period of time. And in case of curfew, schools, offices, markets, colleges, they remain closed. But that's not the case with Section 144. So curfew is one stage ahead of Section 144. I hope this video was helpful to all of you. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. In case you have any query in regard to legal matters or law exams, you can reach out to me on my Instagram ID. Link for the same is provided in the description below. Thank you very much.